Gerald, a very personal experience involving your father resulted in an outreach that has been encouraging to lots of people in nursing homes. Can you tell us what took place during that visit with your dad? What happened?
Sure. My dad spent the last 4 months of his life in a local nursing home here in East Tennessee, and I would go up to visit him when I was in town. And one afternoon, I was leaving, and I noticed a group of people in the activity room. And normally, when I would see them in there, they were usually napping. But this particular day, I saw a young lady with a guitar, and so I just stopped to listen. And she sang a song, an old gospel song called "In the Sweet By and By." And I kind of felt sorry for her because the audience was disengaged. But by the time she got to the chorus, they were trying to sing along. And it just reminded me of how special the old hymns are to our senior adults, and especially those who are in nursing homes and who spend most of their time alone. So we had been doing these gospel music hymn sings in different churches, and we had done videos on several of those DVDs. So we decided to start shipping them out to nursing homes, and we actually shipped sets of them to almost 16,000 facilities. And the response was just overwhelming. The cards and the notes and the emails from these folks who are so often forgotten about, especially during the COVID crisis. They have been really helpful at getting the patients to engage and sing, even though they can't get together for worship all the time.
So, music is able to kind of bring up memories, and even if a patient may not be capable of communicating well, or memories are pretty much gone, somehow the music can stimulate something where they can sing along or at least smile and appreciate?
You know, I've talked to several people who are in the senior care line of work, and they tell me that the part of the brain that houses music and rhyme is the last part of the brain to deteriorate from Alzheimer's or dementia. So even when people can't have a conversation with you, they will respond to music or singing. And that was the case with my dad. He couldn't carry on conversation the last several weeks of his life. But if you sang to him, he would try to sing. And that's the last memory I have of being with him, was him trying to sing Amazing Grace with us, even when he couldn't carry on a conversation.
Do people hearing these songs that are in nursing home facilities, is it almost like maybe they feel like they're back in church as a younger person?
I think they do. We've seen video clips of people watching the DVDs, and their expressions change, and you can tell they are in a place in their memory that makes them happy. And I just got a video this morning from a facility that was playing a DVD for a lady who just turned 101 yesterday, and she was glued to the television and just keeping rhythm with her hands, and it was beautiful.
So, how many facilities have access to these now, do you say?
Right now, 15 6,640 have received them, and we're getting ready to start on phase 2, which will be the Alzheimer's daycare and respite care and hospice facilities all over the nation.
That's pretty incredible. So for people who may not be familiar with the traditional hymns, or, well, for people who are, what are some of the songs that are on the DVDs? What are some of the titles?
Well, we try to do at least 20 on each one, and there'll be songs like Amazing Grace, The Old Rugged Cross, I'll Fly Away, When We All Get to Heaven, just Jesus Saves, My Hope is Built on Nothing Less. There's just countless titles to choose from, and we get them from old church hymnals, which aren't used very much anymore, but we still have a large collection of them here.
What type of feedback do you get from these facilities, the nursing staff and administrative staff, and also from patients' families? Do you hear back from them?
Oh, yeah, we get a lot of email and cards from different families, and then families sometimes will sponsor a set of DVDs in memory of someone or in honor of someone. And so we get every day we get emails and cards from folks, and the stories are remarkable. They really are.
What are some of the examples? What do they say? The personal thoughts and so forth.
Well, we were doing a concert at Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, a few months ago, and a lady showed up who was an activity director, and she brought a patient with her, and the lady came to me and handed me a huge homemade card that said, "Thank you for the hymn sings," and all the patients had either written or tried to scribble their name on the card, and that is the one that really sticks out in my mind as extra special, and I will never get rid of that one. But we've also received letters and cards from some of the veterans' homes in different parts of the country from some of the activity directors there, letting us know that they're using the DVDs and that they're really special to the residents. So it's all good.
I imagine this really encourages you.
Oh, yeah. I love hymns, and I grew up with them in church, and so it's just great to bring back some of these great songs to people who haven't heard them in decades, and also to introduce a new generation to them. A lot of these grandparents now are watching them with their grandchildren, and so a whole new generation is being introduced to some of these great songs.
And you never imagined, of course, that the pandemic would hit, but I guess these DVDs have come in extremely handy because of the pandemic, yeah?
Oh, yeah, a lot of people, like my mom, who lives alone, she's 85, and she hasn't been able to go to church since last March, but she can put the DVDs in and watch them and sing along and then turn on the television for a sermon on Sunday morning, and that makes it feel like going to church, even though she can't go. And so we had no idea this was coming, of course, but God knew, and we're just grateful that He had us prepared for it ahead of time.
Yeah, he's well ahead of us, that's for sure.
All the time.
So if someone would like more information about the ministry or would like to help you, what's the best way? Where could they go?
Well, we have a website, gospelmusichymnsing.com, and all the information is there, and we're 100% volunteer. We don't have any paid employees. We have volunteers that package and ship the DVDs, and some of the record labels in Nashville help us get good pricing on making them. And so we're just able to continue to pour back in and reach more as we can, and we'll keep doing it until the Lord says we're done.
All right. Gerald, I really appreciate your sharing your heart with us.
Thank you. It's been great to talk to you, and thanks for playing great music all over the country on K-Love.